What's up, Glam Tribe? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to chat skincare, and I'm actually showing you my full skincare routine from AM to PM. Actually, I'm gonna flip it and do it from PM to AM because PM has a lot more steps than my AM. So if you want to get to know this and learn a few things about what I've done to help truly remove the makeup from my skin, because if you're like me and you wear a lot of makeup, you need to remove it properly and thoroughly. I'll show you how I clean my skin, nourish it, and restore it, and ultimately prep my skin for a great makeup application, because honestly, great glam starts with great skincare, and I've learned that the hard way, so I'm here to help you out. Last but not least, this is the routine that I use on my skin that is combination oily skin type. So if you're like me, don't worry. Some of the products I'm going to use, you're going to be like, I can really use that on oily combination skin, and yes, you can. It won't increase the oil production within your skin. Getting started with my PM skincare routine, I have to do step 1, which is removing my makeup. I use the 4th Ray Beauty BFD cleansing oil. This has become one of my favorites. I used to use makeup remover wipes. I really didn't like the way they were, 1, just not that effective, to be honest, and 2, just creating a lot of waste. I don't really like micellar waters. This right here will take the makeup off your skin. Even if you are combination oily skin, you can use this without over stripping it. It's not harsh, it's very gentle and effective. So I use about like 2 to 3 pumps of this and rub it onto my face, as I'll be showing you, and that will loosen up all the makeup. I'll usually do a really quick rinse of it, and then now we're going to go into step 2, which is using the cleanser. Now that my skin is wet, it's okay. I know I still have some of the cleansing oil on it, but I will go in with a cleanser of my choice. Usually in the PM, I like to use something exfoliating, which right now I'm really into the Kiehl's Clearly Corrective Brightening and Exfoliant Daily Cleanser. I only try to use cleansers a few times a week in the PM, and when I'm not using that, I'll just use a simple cleanser. This is the Calendula Deep Cleansing Foaming Face Wash from Kiehl's. So I'm either using one of these. Sometimes with exfoliants, it can become kind of abrasive on the skin and actually increase texture, increase the ability for breakouts to happen. So you just want to keep a nice fair balance. Don't use this one 7 days a week, even though it says you can use it. I usually use it about every other day, and then the other days I'm using this bad boy or another gentle cleanser. Now after I'm done cleansing my skin, I do pat it dry with a washcloth. I don't like to rub it on. That again will be a little more abrasive. You just want to pat your skin dry. Very nice, very easy. Also, using a clean cloth is so important, you guys. I used to be so bad at this, but really I go through my washcloths daily. I don't want anything that has any bacteria or the ability to have bacteria on it, or just residue to interact with freshly clean skin. Okay, now once I'm done cleansing my skin, this is the time where I usually do a treatment on my face. It could be a mask or it could be a peel. That's about 1 to 3 times a week, just depending on my skin's needs. So sometimes I'll use these little Dr. Dennis Gross peel packs. Now this will smooth out your skin texture, help with anti-aging. It's even helped me a little bit with breakouts. That's not like one of the main claims to it, but I have seen that happen for me. But this will just even out my skin, do a little exfoliation, and restore it really nicely in 2 steps. Now, if I don't use this, I'll opt for a face mask. I'll usually do a face mask to address any concerns specifically. So for instance, this Gleamin one will address skin tone, evening out and brightening it, and also dark spots, so I'll use that. Or I'll use one to address breakouts, which my go-to is the Glam Glow Super Mud, or even I've done multi-masking. That means I'll apply this to the areas that need brightening and this to the areas that's having little issues with breakouts. So you can do one, the other, or both. Now the next thing I like to do to my skin is apply a toner. This will help restore the essence of your skin and rebalance it. The one that I'm obsessed with, and it is a splurge, but it's one of those things I splurge on skincare, and I'm not mad about it. But it is the Arcana Cranberry Toner. Now, there are some drugstore brands that I really do still like their products for skincare. And also, you can use Witch Hazel, which is a natural alternative, which is what I've used in the past. Again, this does have some fragrance, but it really, to me, restores the skin very nicely, very soothing, very calming ingredients on my skin. Now, after this step, my skin is ready for whichever serums I want to use. I've used hyaluronic acid in the past. I'm out of it. I need to reorder some. And my favorite brand is Tree of Life Beauty. You can get it off of Amazon. The product worked really well with my skin, and it doesn't break the bank, so it's really nice quality without a inflated price point. The other two I've been loving are from Fourth Ray Beauty. I've really gotten into their skincare and like that. One of my favorites is the 10% niacinamide serum. Again, that is more a brightening type of serum. Most of my serums is to help me retain moisture so my skin doesn't overproduce oil or help with brightening. The other one I use is a turmeric face milk. This one definitely is like one I need to repurchase again. This one I really actually like for no makeup days. It kind of gives my skin a little subtle glow, and I have been loving these two. When I do apply my serums, I apply them one at a time of just dropping a few droplets into the palm of my hand, working it and pressing it in to the skin. I'll do this for each serum that I apply, and ultimately what I'm just doing is layering the products and letting them sink into my skin for a few moments, and then I'll go and apply the next one. I've learned in the past if I try to overload them all at once or mix the serums, it can really just take a long time for it to absorb in the skin, and it just sits in a layer on top of it. Now, with all serums and skincare, their absorption rate into the other layers of your skin just depends on so much. To concentrate your skin's like elasticity itself, that can all vary. But truly, if you just take your time and apply them in steps, you will get a decent amount of absorption. So while my serums are sinking into my skin, I do go back and apply an eye cream. I use the Youth Dose Eye Treatment from Kiehl's right here. It just a little bit goes a long way. You'll just put a little bit onto your ring finger, tap in between so you'll have enough product. You just want to gently pat it underneath the eye. Now here's the thing, with the skin underneath the eye, it is the most delicate, so that's why you do not want to be vigorous or rough with it and pull on it. You just want to pat that product in, and once you've warmed it up in between your fingers, it's pretty nimble and easily sinks into that skin. Now the final step of my nighttime skincare routine is after all these serums have absorbed into my skin and I'm not really feeling them too much, it takes about a few minutes, I'll go back in and apply one final moisturizer. Yes, the key to helping your skin maintain its balance and not go overboard with oil production is really hydrating it properly. So I don't use anything too thick and emollient. That's why I like serums a lot, because they can help me retain moisture without having a slick, greasy layer that a lot of people associate with moisturizer, which I get it. I've been there. I've one time aborted ship on moisturizer, and then I finally realized I need it in my skincare. Right now I'm using the Pure Vitality Skin Renewing Cream from Kiehl's. I just take a few pumps and really thin it out within my fingertips and really just work it onto the skin very gently. Now that we've covered the PM routine, it's time to switch into AM, which is much simpler and a lot less steps than my nighttime routine. Pretty easy. This is what I do pretty much while I'm in the shower. Is one, do a cleanse with a gentle cleanser. My go-to of choice is the Calendula Foaming Face Wash from Kiehl's. That's a lot to say, but this is really easy and gentle first thing in the morning. Step 2, after I've dried my skin, again, just patting it dry with a clean washcloth. I like to use my toner, again, just to restore and balance the skin. Now for step 3, I only really use like my essential serums, which for me is the niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. I will literally just layer that onto the skin very lightly, one at a time, again, adding some droplets to the palm of your hands, working it together and patting it into the skin. Last but not least for my morning skincare routine is moisturizing, just to seal in the deal, balance it, create that barrier to hold in the moisture to the skin so it's not escaping and you're causing overproduction of oils. So again, I'll always use the same moisturizer pretty much day and night, which is the Pure Vitality Renewing Cream from Kiehl's as well. Now that wraps up both of my skincare routines, but don't worry, if you have questions or just want to say hey, don't be shy, get into the comment box down below so we can chat more there and connect with the fellow Glam Tribe. Also, don't be afraid to share some of your favorite skincare products and why you love them so much, because sometimes what works for me may not work for another person. You may have a great suggestion to add to our conversation here. Now that we've discussed a few things about skincare today, of course, it is time to get off the skincare bus and get onto the glam train, because in my next video, I'm going to be showing you my foundation complexion routine, a full glam beat, pretty much. So I can't wait to hang out with you all again in my next video. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join the tribe so you don't miss out on any action here, and I will see you in the next video.